Ronnie.
Hi, Gail.
So you both have met Jewel.
Yeah, just hopped on, chatted a little bit.
Yeah, so I met Jewel. Laura, did we meet through Beth David?
I think so, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's how I know you.
Yeah, so I had someone that was doing stretch class and yoga before, but she's now on sabbatical. So Jewel and I met at a big Philadelphia fitness convention. Did you tell them, and can I tell them a little bit about you?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, we've just been chatting elsewhere. So.
Oh, okay. So we met. She just moved from New Jersey.
Yes.
From New Jersey to be closer to her boyfriend. Right? Am I right?
Yeah, you are. To get out of my parents' house.
Okay, that too. That too. And we met and we just had this great connection and we had so many things in common. She loves to dance and she has so many great trainings. And she, like myself, started a business. I started my dance business. She started her yoga business during the pandemic. And so I was just thrilled that she is going to offer her yoga class to my members. So I'll let you take it away. I just did a wine tasting here and I have one straggler who's going to pop up here. So I'm going to let him taste the wine and then I'm going to join you for yoga. So I'm going to mute myself and I will pop in shortly. So enjoy. Please let me know what you think. And Laura, I think you joined me briefly for dance class. So please come back anytime.
I wasn't able to keep up with it.
Oh, okay. I got it.
Yeah.
I'm actually doing a chair certification for my same format, partly because I have a bad toe and I may need to do that too. So I heard you mention something about chair yoga. So next month I will be doing a dance fitness chair certification. So I'll be
wonderful
sure that you try that. So,
yes,
okay.
I love that.
Take it away, Jewel.
All right. Thank you, Gail. I'll see you soon. Cool. All right. So Ronnie and Laura, I want to make this your class, whatever it is that you guys need tonight. So are there any parts of the body, anything that might feel icky tonight, something that you want to avoid or something that maybe you want to get into? Any body parts?
Well, my tendons and all of the side of my body have been affected by whatever I've had. So I need to do it. When I do it, it hurts. So I'll back off or I'll do, but whatever you do, I'll just go along with it. If I can do it, I can do it. If I won't, I won't.
Okay, so we got the awareness, we got the body awareness going on. Okay, cool. All right, and Laura, how are you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling a little stiff.
Okay. Are we office workers? Are we always on the computer, on the phone? Are we walking around most of the day? What's our lifestyle?
I'm in Florida with 2 grandchildren, taking care of them and 2 dogs. My kids are in Europe. So,
okay, cool. So I'll let you know the plan for tonight. So I was thinking we would do a little bit of a slow warm up, like kind of a very slow yoga flow. And then we'll get into a little bit of core work, just 5 or so minutes. And then we'll hit some yin poses. So Ronnie, you'll get some yin and we'll get some deep stretching. And so if you guys are not familiar with yin, it's essentially holding poses for a longer amount of time to access the yin tissues of our body. So while yang yoga, or very active yoga, focuses more on the muscles and bringing tension and compression to the muscles, yin yoga brings intention to the connective tissues of the body, like the tendons and the ligaments, and even the bones, letting the bones get heavy, letting gravity help you do the work. So how does that sound? Pretty good for you guys? Awesome. My one question for you, well, actually 2 questions. Are there any injuries that we're working with right now? And also, do we have any props that we can use? Maybe a chair, maybe yoga blocks, maybe textbooks, or a stool?
I have everything. I just have to get it.
Okay, cool. And how about you, Laura?
I have chairs.
Okay, perfect. Let's grab our props. I'll give you guys a couple of minutes to get settled. And Laura, while you're hanging out, why don't you lay down on your back and we'll get started on a lying supine position tonight.
Okay.
And if you're comfortable with it, I would love if you could tilt your camera so I could see your body.
The purple ones. And I got it. And are there any blankets or things?
Laura, are you comfortable with the following positions? Are you comfortable lying on your back? Are you
Yes.
comfortable on your knees?
No.
No? Okay. And are you comfortable on your belly?
Sort of.
Sort of? Okay. So if anything that I say, and I'll say this when Ronnie comes back, but if anything I say does not work for you, if you don't know how to modify for your own body, please just give
Right.
us a little wave, okay?
Okay.
And we'll definitely find something that works for you because we're going to be in a
Okay.
lot of different positions.
Okay.
Cool.
There was that thing I made next to my bed. All right, never mind. Just bring me the blanket. The blanket, quickly.
Yeah, I have I can't get up from the floor once I'm down on the floor, so
Okay.
that's because of my knees. I've
Okay.
had knee replacement surgery and yeah,
Oh yeah, that'll do it. Okay. So if you're lying on your back, is that
Yes.
something that's acceptable for you?
that works.
Okay. Okay. So I'll give you plenty of time when we do need to get up, and always,
Okay.
you know, anything that I
Perfect.
say, yeah, is just
Okay.
All right, it's not working. Improvising.
that's okay. We improvise. That's what yoga is. Being flexible, being dedicated. Okay. So if you guys don't mind, I would love if you could angle your cameras so I could see your body. And if that's not cool, then that's totally okay. But as I mentioned to Laura, Ronnie, if anything I say does not work for you, please do what does instead. So we'll follow modifications. I'll give you guys many different options to work with. But if you want to pump it up and give it a little more power or tension, there's
That's
always room to do so. And if you guys want to relax, even, you know, take a little nap and have a restorative yoga practice, that is always an option as well. Yoga is the practice for an individual, and no two people will ever look the same when it comes to a yoga practice. So we'll get started lying on our backs in a supine position to start. And if anybody wants to play their own music or own playlist, you can always feel free. I don't play music over Zoom because sometimes it gets a little funky sounding. And we'll take a couple of breaths in a supine position. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me okay. Okay, beautiful. So we'll all get started. I have my yoga here, but
Thank you.
that's okay, we'll work with it. And we'll let our knees bend, feet flat on the ground. And we have two options. We can open the knees wide, placing pillows or blankets for a hip opener, or we can let our feet come wide and let the knees knock inward to help our lower back ease some tension. You can let your hands fall wherever they want. Maybe they find your body. Maybe the palms are facing up for some receiving energy. Maybe the palms face down for a little grounding energy. We'll look directly up at the sky and just think about a long, regal neck. Think about your head sitting perfectly right on the pedestal created by your spine and by your neck. And we'll take a couple of grounding breaths to start here. Inhaling through the nostrils, letting your body fill up completely. And exhale, open the mouth and sigh it out. Beautiful. We'll do that 2 more times together, inhaling deeply through the nostrils. Open the mouth, maybe you stick out the tongue and sigh it out. We'll do that 1 more time. This time we'll inhale maybe a little slower and we'll hold the top for 2 seconds. And then you'll open the mouth, maybe audibly sigh it out. So now we'll create a consistent breath. The inhales last just as long as the exhales. And in yoga, we call this samavritti, equal breath. If you like a little more relaxation, we can aim for longer exhales than inhales. For the beginning, flowing part of our yoga practice, we can practice ujjayi breath. It's a light constriction at the back of the throat to create an audible inhale through the nostrils and an audible exhale through the nostrils. Ujjayi means victory. Victory over that mental chatter, the to-do list, the laundry list that pop up without our permission. So if you'd like to invite an intention into your practice, feel free to picture or think of an image, a word, a person, or a phrase that you can dedicate your practice to. If nothing comes to mind, or if too much comes to mind, just do it for yourself, for your mental health, for your physical health, maybe even your spiritual health. So when that mind chatter pops up during class at any point, we'll replace it with our ujjayi breath, our audible breath, and our intention. We'll start with some arm movements. As we inhale, we'll reach the arms high to the sky. We're still gonna lay down. Exhale, let the palms reach towards the ground like you're pressing the air down. Good, 2 more times. Inhale, the palms lift. Maybe they clap at the top to a prayer. Exhale, flip the palms, press the energy down to the ground. 1 more to inhale the palms all the way up. Exhale, press the palms down to the earth. Good, we'll keep the palms down on the ground, or maybe they connect to the body once again. Left foot will stay planted and right leg will reach up to the sky like you're trying to step on the ceiling. It's okay to have the knee bent, but we'll try to flex the right foot as far back towards the face as we can. We'll grab the right leg with our hands on the bottom side of the thigh and press the left foot into the ground or the surface you're on like a tree trunk. As you press the left foot into the earth, squeeze the right thigh towards you to find a little sensation in the hamstring. Maybe you bend and straighten the right leg to invite a little more room and lengthening and feeling into the hamstring. Do this 3 more times, maybe going slower than you already are by 20%. And then we'll find a straightened leg to the point that we feel tension, but no pain and no tingling. From here, we'll take big ankle circles with the right foot, pointing it to the ceiling and flexing it back in both directions, maybe 3 times. Ooh, I'm getting a little foot cramp. So at any point, if this is uncomfortable, you can shake out the leg and we'll just point and flex the right foot a couple of times, just noticing, being an observer in your own body. Good. 1 more inhale, straighten that leg, press it to the ceiling. Exhale, bend the right knee, cross the right ankle over the left knee. We'll energetically press the right knee back away from you to create room in the pelvis and flex the right foot. Option to stay here because this is enough of a hip stretch. But if you would like more, We'll use the strength of our legs to pull that figure four into the chest, interlacing the hands underneath the left thigh, continuing to flex the right foot and energetically press the knee away from you. Option to stay in stillness, or maybe you rock side to side, or maybe you lengthen and extend and then bend the knee of the left foot. Lengthen the neck. Try to elongate the spine, maybe 1 centimeter, growing a centimeter taller as you inhale. And as you exhale, grounding your body and your bones down into the mat. Good. We'll release the left foot to the ground or your surface, and then release the right foot down parallel to the left. Plant the hands on the mat alongside the body, and we'll take 2 bridge poses between the both sides. So we'll inhale to press the feet and the hands into the ground, lift the hips. Exhale, slowly roll the spine down to the ground once more. One more like that. Inhale, hips lift, pelvis reaches to the ceiling. Exhale, slowly roll it down. Good. We'll take that sequence to the other side, planting the right foot into the earth. Left leg extends long to the sky, like you're stepping on the ceiling. Good. Invitation to stay here. Maybe the knee bends, or maybe you lengthen and extend and bend the knee of the left foot as you flex the foot high to the ceiling. Option to interlace the hands behind the left thigh. As you press the right foot down, you pull the leg towards the face to close that gap between the thigh and the belly. Option to stay in stillness or begin to point and flex the left foot, maybe inviting large circles with the ankle, letting your big toe draw big circles or any shape, or maybe your name. Just noticing how the ankle is responding to movement and noticing how the connection of the hamstring to the foot makes you feel physically and mentally. Good. A couple more times here, bringing movement into the leg and the ankle, continuing to lengthen the spine with a regal neck. On your next exhale, we'll bend the left knee. Place left ankle over right knee for a figure four stretch. Flex the left foot, energetically press that left knee away from you to lengthen that gap between the thigh and the belly. Maybe you stay here for this hip stretch, or maybe you invite both legs into the chest to close the figure four towards your body. Option to interlace the hands behind the right thigh, flex that left foot, and maybe you stay in stillness, or maybe you rock side to side, or let right leg straighten towards the ceiling, and then bend again. Take 3 breaths as you explore your intuitive movement. They say that we have an internal guru, an internal teacher that lives in our heart chakra, which is our energetic center right in the middle of our body. So maybe you close the eyes and listen to what your body tells you that it wants, because it will talk to you. Get 1 more breath, and then we'll place the right foot down on the ground and the left foot down parallel to the right foot. We'll plant the hands on the earth once again and take 2 more rolling bridges. As we inhale, planting the hands and feet, we lift the hips up to the sky. Exhale, roll the spine down, lengthening the spine. 1 more inhale, lift the hips, and this time we'll stay. Invitation to interlace the hands underneath the body, or maybe grab your mat on either side or a surface that you're on and try to rip that mat apart. As you rip that mat apart, hug the knees towards one another so the knees are just as wide as your feet. 1 more inhale, lift the hips 1 more inch, Beautiful. Exhale, roll the body down. Good. We'll invite both knees into the chest to give yourself a little squeeze. Option to stay in stillness or rock side to side for a couple of moments. Beautiful, guys. All right. So we'll stay here for a moment, getting ready for our ab sequence. If you're comfortable on your back, please stay on your back. And if you guys are not comfortable on your back, just give me a wave and we'll invite a little bit of core work. So we'll do our abs on our back tonight. Is that okay with everybody? We all feel good about that? Okay.
Sure.
So I'm going to get my timer out. We'll do about 5 minutes. We'll do 50 seconds of a movement, and then we'll take 10 seconds of a break. So I got my timer, and there will always be different options and modifications that we can take. If you want to pump up the action and give a little more oomph, there will be options for that. And if you want to just lay there instead, that's what your body needs. So the choice is always yours when it comes to yoga practice. Yoga is about finding the best movement for your body. And that non-judgment comes in very handy when we can focus on ourselves. So our first movement will be crunches. I'll start our timer and then I'll give you some modifications. We'll keep the feet planted. We'll bring the hands behind the head, keeping the elbows wide, and we'll crunch up on our exhale and lower on our inhale. Crunch up on our exhale, lower on our inhale. Crunch up on our exhale and lower all the way down on our inhale. If you would like to pump this up a little harder, we'll lower only halfway. Crunch all the way and lower halfway. Exhale to crunch, inhale to lower. If you'd like to pump this up more, we can straighten the legs onto the ground and crunch and lower, trying to lift the shoulders off of the ground. If it's difficult to keep the arms behind the head without crunching the elbows towards one another, we'll extend the arms long alongside the sides to pretend we're serving a platter to somebody in front of us. If you'd like to pump it up even more, we'll stay up high and give little tiny pulses up, up, and up. So we'll have whatever variation your body is asking for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, so we'll all lay back, let the arms reach long, and we'll prepare for our next movement. Our next movement will be bicycle crunches. I personally like to go really slowly with these, but you can go as fast as you'd like. So we'll start by planting the feet onto the earth, hands behind the head once again, and if that doesn't work for you, we'll let the arms reach in front of us like we're holding a platter. Otherwise, we'll let the right knee and the left elbow touch, crisscrossing in the body. And then we'll plant the foot back down, let the head come to center, and let the left knee and the right elbow cross. Bring the foot back down, let the head come back to center. Continue like this, and if you'd like to hike it up a little bit more, we'll bring both feet off the ground, and then find our bicycle crunches, extending the leg that's opposite of the one that's bending. So we'll take this for about 25 more seconds, straightening one leg as the bent leg reaches to the opposite elbow. Good, letting the shoulders reach off of the ground, twisting the body to find some oblique, lower, and upper ab work. Good, 5 more seconds, maybe 2 more bicycles. And then we'll release the body on the ground once more, release the arms, and take 2 cleansing breaths. Great job, guys. We doing good? Okay. Our next exercise will be heel taps. So we'll consider this a Pilates stance of keeping the feet on the ground and letting the torso rise so the shoulders are away from the ears and the shoulders are off the ground. From here, we'll rock side to side, touching the left hand to the left heel, right hand to right heel. So we're twisting the body to gain some tension in the sides of the obliques. So we'll do this for about 40 more seconds. Always an option to keep the head on the ground and shift side to side. And if you'd like to make this harder, you can walk the feet further and really try to crunch from one side to the other, reaching as far as you can towards your heels. Good, so we'll give this 15 more seconds, whatever your body is asking for. And if you'd like to take an extra challenge, lift the feet off the earth. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then lay all the way down. Give yourself a little rest, 2 breaths wherever you are. And we'll take our final ab exercise for tonight, which will be.
I just want to say, Jewel, that was really hard.
Yeah, it is.
It was good though. I mean, good hard, but oh my gosh, I have not worked my abs like that. Good job, Ronnie, Laura.
I can't do these because of my neck, so I'm trying to work around it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, thanks for letting me know. We will have a neck-free exercise for our last one. So we're going to do some lower ab work with some leg raises. I like to take my hands in a triangle right underneath my tailbone, underneath my body for a little support, just to lift my hips off the ground an inch or so. We'll lift our legs towards the ceiling. It's okay to have bent knees. And on our inhale, we'll lower the legs. Maybe they hit the floor, maybe they don't. Exhale, we'll lift the legs back up. So it's your choice how low you go. It's okay to only go an inch down and an inch up. If you'd like to make it harder, we'll let the legs come towards the ground, let the heels flutter, and then reach the legs back up. So we'll continue for about 40 more seconds. And if you'd like to pump it up, maybe you try one leg at a time while the opposite leg hovers on the earth. So many different ways to make this harder or easier, depending on what your body wants. If it is okay with your neck, you can add some upper ab work by lifting the head and chest in our Pilates stance. So 10 more seconds wherever your body's asking, engaging the lower abs, kind of like a puppy is about to jump on you and you're bracing your core. That's the feeling that we want. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Just relax. Abs are finished for tonight. And good for you guys. This is some hard stuff. Okay, so now we'll enter a little bit more of our yin poses, which will be our longer, slower moving, heavier holds for the evening. We'll start with a twist. Laura, are you comfortable on the couch? Will you be able to twist lying down, or would you prefer to sit up?
Try sitting up.
Okay, great. So if you're comfy laying down, you can stay laying down. And if you want to sit up, we'll just elongate the spine and reach the arms up just to bring some length into the side bodies. Good. As we inhale for twist, we find length in the body. And as we exhale, we use that length to twist. We'll start by twisting to the right. So if you're sitting, we'll twist open to the right, let the left hand fall towards the right knee, and let the right hand fall back behind you. Ronnie, if you're comfortable on your back here, we'll let the knees fall all the way to the left, Open the arms like a T, and then maybe gaze toward the right fingers if that's comfortable for your neck. So yogi's choice, whichever variation feels better in the body. And we'll start to close the eyes, maybe let the head turn towards the same direction that you're twisting to elongate that twist. We'll be here for a couple of minutes, and I'll leave you in silence in a moment. But we're just going to take some deep breaths, inhaling to elongate the space between your tailbone and the crown of your head. And on your exhales, we'll twist a little bit deeper and use that length and that air we created. So take 3 more breaths, letting your torso continue to twist open as you roll the shoulders away from the ears and emphasize that space between the ears and the shoulders. So the neck is as long as it can be. If you're like me and hold a lot of tension in your face, maybe open the jaw wide and then let the lips relax. Raise the eyebrows, furrow the eyebrows like you're angry, and then let yourself relax. One more breath. As you exhale, we'll return back to center. We'll inhale, if we're seated, to lift the arms over the head, elongating the side bodies. Exhale, twist to the left, letting the right hand fall to the left knee. Left hand falls behind us, maybe on a prop or a block or the couch behind you. And Durrani, you can let your legs drop over to the right side as you gaze to the left side. Opening the arms like wings, connecting the right hip point to the ground, letting it get heavy, and letting the bones feel 10% heavier than they did just a moment ago. On our inhales, we find length. On our exhales, we use the length to twist. Gazing past that shoulder, rolling the shoulders away from the ears. We don't want any shoulder earrings tonight. Take 3 more of the slowest breaths you've taken today. And maybe you challenge yourself to let the exhale be a little bit longer than the inhale. Beautiful. If that to-do list started to pop up, maybe you bring that intention back into the heart space. One more breath. We'll bring the self back to center. Good. And we'll all find ourselves on our back once again. We'll hug the knees into the chest. Grab the right shin with the right hand and the left shin with the left hand. We'll open the knees out to opposite directions for a modified happy baby. If traditional happy babies in your practice, you can grab the outsides of the feet or the big toes, and we'll press the tail into the earth so the head and the very lowest part of your spine are grounded onto the earth. Invitation to rock side to side, or maybe straighten one leg and then straighten the other. And then we'll find some stillness. So we're targeting that inner thigh, inner groin or area. And I invite you to take 5 breaths. Yin yoga asks 3 things of us. It asks us to find our edge, the place of sensation, but no pain. So this is the class it's okay to get a 60%. We don't want to go to 100%. The second most important thing is finding a spot that you can hold in for an extended period of time. And the third is to breathe. To be able to stay a while and to use that power to release tension physically from the body and therefore to release mental tension from the mindset. Take 2 more breaths in your happy baby variation. And we'll slowly make our way to a seated position. Feeling free to sit up against a wall behind us. And Laura, are you on a couch or are you able to put your leg out?
Ouch.
You're on a couch? Okay, awesome. Okay, change of plans. Gail, do you have a chair that you have access to?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, great. So I'll give you guys a couple minutes to get set up, but I'd love it if you could grab your chair. I'm gonna raise my camera a little bit.
You need a wall?
No, you don't need the wall this time. Yeah, so we're gonna be using a chair to stretch our legs a little bit. Okay, so my chair is like a typical chair height, but you can always use the back of the chair. You can use a couch. You can use the dresser behind you, Ronnie, whatever it is that you can adjust the height as needed. So we're going to come into an active pyramid pose, and then we'll find a passive version. So we'll take our chair in front of us, and then we'll take our right foot about 2 feet ahead of the left to start. The right toes will be facing directly forward, and the left toes have an option. They can also face directly forward, letting the legs come wide apart like you're standing on train tracks instead of a balance beam. Or the left toes can maybe 45-degree angle turn outward. This is my chosen preference just because it's hard for my thighs to really open wide and feel comfortable. It's hard for my feet to stay on the same track and feel comfortable. So what we're going to do is stand up straight to start, letting the right toes straighten, left foot on a train track, toes facing outward. Inhale the arms up with a straightened spine. Exhale, bring the hands to the hips. Good. We're going to self-adjust here by pulling the hips back as we reach the chest forward, and then bring our hands to karate chop the chair or find the bottom of the chair, whatever's comfortable for your body. So our head is going to reach forward as our hips shift back to the back wall behind us. You might notice a little stretch in the hamstring, and this is what we're going for. If you don't notice that stretch in the hamstring, I want you to take your 2 peace fingers, put them right in the right hip crease, and pull it back 2 centimeters to pull the right hip back into space. Then from here, we can fold the chest forward. Maybe you make a little pillow for your head, or let your elbows come to the chair and rest your chin. And we'll bring intention to the right foot here. All 4 corners of the right foot are grounding equally into the ground. Lift the right toes, spread them out wide, and then peacefully and calmly let them fall back to the earth. Good. So on our inhales, we'll find length in the body. On our exhales, we'll fold forward, hinging at the hips. So our sit bones are right at the back of our booty, and we want them to stick up. So we'll try to avoid rounding the spine And instead, we'll try to bring an anterior tilt into the hips by sticking the booty out. And this will give you a little more sensation in the hamstring. If you feel like you're getting crampy or tingling at all, we'll bend the right knee and straighten it. But for the yin posture, we'll try to stay in stillness, continuing to energetically pull the right hip back, like someone's chopping on your right hip point and pulling you by a string, while someone's pulling your head forward as a forward fold. Good. So in yoga, we fold forward, not downward. We'll take 2 more breaths here. Inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to fold. Good. Inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to fold. Beautiful. We'll use the strength of our legs to stand up, reach the arms up high, and just shake out the legs a little bit, do a little dance. And we'll just bring sensation, even bring your hands to your hips. You might notice the right hip has created more heat. Does anybody notice that? A little bit? Yeah, my right hip is like, thanks for the love. So we'll take that to the opposite side here. We'll let the left foot come about 2 feet, 1.5 feet in front of the right this time. Left toes face forward underneath the chair or your surface, and right toes either face forward or they turn out about 45 degrees. We'll bring our arms up and bring the torso straight. And then we'll reach the torso forward, hinging at the hips to either karate chop the chair or grab the sides of the surface. We'll take our left hand to our left hip and pull it back 2 centimeters, bringing just a tiny little bounce into that left knee. Good. So you might notice a little bit more hamstring sensation when you dig the left foot into the ground. Maybe you explore bringing more weight to the toes and then to the heels and then side to side, and then equally grounding all 4 corners of the left foot. As we press down through the left foot, pretend like someone's pulling your hips back and reaching your head forward to elongate the spine between the sit bones and the head. Good. So instead of rounding the spine, we'll try to bring a little bit of an anterior tilt, letting the booty stick up into the air and letting the spine find a little back bend. Good. 3 breaths here, using your hands and your feet to help ground you as you let the hamstring open to sensation. You might even explore engaging the quad, the top of the leg, to let the hamstring let go a little bit more. Good. 2 more breaths here. Inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to fold. Inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to fold. Beautiful. We'll use the strength of our legs to reach the arms all the way up. Let the arms find the sides of the body and just shake it out a little bit. Good. Okay. So now we'll find a quad and a hip flexor stretch. We said we're not comfy on our knees. That's correct. Okay. So if this posture doesn't work with your body, just let me know and we'll find something else for you, okay? So what we're going to do is hold onto our chair with our left hand and keep our left foot on the ground. We're going to bend the right leg and grab onto the foot. If this isn't working for anybody, just let me know. Not working? Okay, that's fine. So what we're going to do instead is find a lunge position using our chair. So the left foot will go underneath the chair. My preference and suggestion is to use the high part of the chair for this one. So we'll put our left foot underneath the chair or underneath the dresser or whatever we're using, and walk the right foot as far back as you can into a lunge. So left foot finds under, right foot finds a lunge position. The heels will stay off the ground, but we'll let the heel get heavy. We'll bring our hands to our hip points, right on our hips, and notice they want to turn out to the right, totally natural. We're going to try to tell them to reach forward, just like headlights on a car, reaching forward. Good. So from here, you might already notice a big stretch in the left hip flexor. If this is enough for you, stay here. Maybe you karate chop the chair, or maybe you reach the arms up into a wide V, letting the pinkies curl inward. If you want more, we'll bend the right leg and then reach the torso forward as we straighten the right leg, bringing more tension into that right hip. So I'll give you guys a few moments to find the stretch that feels good. And if you are comfortable on your knees and you would like to bring that right knee down to the earth, we can find this stretch as well. It's the same exact stretch, right knee on the ground or off. It's just a preference on comfort. We'll let the heart shine forward, letting the head get long, rolling the shoulders back and down. Good. Stay here, or invitation to reach the right arm up to the sky and side bend over to the left for a little more sensation into that right hip. Yogi's choice here. Got lots of choices. Wherever you are. Laura, do you need any guidance here?
No, I'm good.
It's a lot.
Good.
Okay, cool. So we'll continue to reach and maybe side bend over to the left side. Hand can always come to the head or even to the hip for a little stability. For one more breath. And we'll use the strength of our legs to come back to standing. Tiptoe the feet towards one another. And just place the hands on the hips. Notice any difference. And we'll take it to the other side. So right foot will find underneath the chair this time. And the left foot will walk as far back as your body will let you to find a lunge position. Heel will stay off the ground, but energetically reaching down, like there's a little anchor on your heel trying to reach the floor. Good. So take a few moments here and find the place that works in your body. Again, we'll bring our hands to our hips if it helps us, if we have the balance. And it's really easy for our body to want to turn left. We're going to try to square those hips off by bringing the right hip back and the left hip forward to find our headlight hips. Good. From here, we'll lengthen that left heel down, bend that right knee, and find a point of tension for the left thigh and the left hip flexor. Maybe you reach the arms up overhead. Maybe you karate chop the chair. And we'll stay here for a couple of breaths. If this is too much, we can straighten the right leg a little bit. If you want more, we can let that left heel reach even further back and widen our stance, bending the right knee deeply, maybe even towards 90 degrees. So we'll take a few breaths here, noticing that we purposefully put ourselves in difficult positions in yoga to challenge our mindset and to challenge our breath. So when life throws us a challenge off of the mat, we can handle it, continuing to breathe and finding that connection of mind-body experience. If you'd like to deepen this stretch, we'll lift the left arm alongside the ear and side bend towards the right, noticing what happens to the whole left side of the body. Reaching the arm long over the body, always an option to lower that left knee or keeping it raised. Open the chest towards the ceiling. Take your last inhale. Exhale, straighten the torso, bring both hands to the chair and tiptoe the feet back together. Good. We'll all take an inhale together, reaching the arms up. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Good. So we'll find our way back to our backs, just for a little bit of closing and a nice shavasana to let your body integrate all the yoga that you just did. Cool. Does anybody have any body parts that they would like to stretch? Any body parts that are bothering them? Feeling okay?
Yeah, you did the where I needed on my quads and tight.
Oh yeah, lots of leg work always needed.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, okay, so we're going to do a little bit of neural stretching just to explore some differences in the body that we might feel. So I'm going to practice this sitting up. You are absolutely welcome to stay lying down for a little more comfort. And if it's not comfortable on your back, you can always sit up with me. But for the sake of showing you what's going on in the body, I'm just going to stay sitting. So we'll extend the right arm long to the side like a wing. And from here, we'll flex the palm, letting the fingers reach behind you. You might notice a little bit of tingling, a little bit of sensation in the the index finger, the thumb, and down the arm. If you don't feel anything, bring the left ear to the left shoulder to emphasize that stretch. We'll do this 2 more times, bringing the hand back to neutral, and then flexing the palm back, left ear to left shoulder. So you're going to go the opposite way with the head than your arm is reaching. Good. So we'll come back to neutral, flex the palm back, left ear to left shoulder. Good. Bring everything back to center. We'll do it 1 more time. Flex the hand back, left ear to left shoulder. Good. Bring everything back. And we'll take our hand into a goalpost. We'll connect the pointer finger and the thumb into an A-OK symbol. We're going to do another neural stretch. And so everybody's body will look different than this. Mine is very, very limited, so bear with me. So what we're going to do is flip the fingers downward, almost like we're trying to make a funny face, like a little monocle. But we're going to let the hand flip as far as it can. I don't get very far until you feel a stretch in the pinky finger and the ring finger, and maybe even the middle finger. We'll let our hand come back to the A-OK symbol, and we'll do that 3 more times. So we're going to flip the hand and bring it back to center, flip the hand, bring it back to center, and 1 more time, flip the hand, and we'll stay for a moment, letting the shoulder roll away from the ear, sensing that sensation all the way down the arm into the pinky. We'll let it go. Just give yourself a little shake of the hand, and we'll take it to the opposite side, okay? Did you guys feel that? You feel that weird sensation? Yeah. So this is a neural gliding activity. Our nerves don't stretch, but they like to move and be mobile. Sometimes they get a little stuck to the rest of our body. So this is a way to bring that mobility back. If it ever gets painful or too much, we'll stop. But we'll do this about 5 times. And then later, once you practice more, you can do it maybe 10 times. So it's a really slow paced activity. So we'll bring the left arm to start into our wing. We'll flex the hands back, bring right ear to right shoulder. Good. We'll bring everything back to center. Flex the palm back, right ear to right shoulder. Good. Everything back to center. Couple more times. Flex the palm of the heel back, and then right ear to right shoulder. Good. One more time. Everything to center. Flex the hand back, right ear, right shoulder. This time we'll stay for just a couple of breaths. Maybe you roll the fingertips down towards the ground just a little bit, or maybe you bring a couple of circles and sense where that tingling feeling starts to get more obvious, but not painful. Good. We'll bring everything to center, give your arm a break, and we'll find that other neural gliding for the rest of our arm. So we'll take our left hand, connect the thumb and the index finger into A-OK. Then we'll flip the 3 fingers down as you show me the front side of your thumb, noticing that sensation in the pinky finger and the ring finger. Bring it back to an A-OK, fingers pointing up, and we'll flip the fingers down. Good. You guys feeling this? Noticing that sensation. Good, we'll do it 3 more times, flipping the fingers back to A-OK, and then let that funny face almost come by. Good, noticing the sensation. Flip it back to A-OK, and flip it upside down. Good, flip it back, and we'll do this 1 more time, finding that funky sensation, that neural glide, letting the left shoulder relax away from the ear. Good. 1 more breath and let it go. Give your hand a little shake. Beautiful. Good. So is anybody dying to stretch anything else in the body, or are we good to lay for a couple of minutes? Awesome. So we'll make our way down to our back for a Shavasana, letting the arms reach out, letting the feet fall wherever they want. Maybe they want to lay flat. Maybe the feet find a surface. Laura, if you're on the couch, maybe they find the arm of the chair or the back of the chair. Really any comfortable position that your body wants to take. Shavasana is our opportunity to integrate our practice into our body on a very cellular level. I'll give you guys a couple minutes of silence here, and then I'm going to read you a quote. So we'll inhale deeply, exhale, release, maybe audibly, into Shavasana. The story goes that the Buddha used the following metaphor to illustrate how precious human birth is. Imagine all the billions of universes and galaxies were equivalent to a vast ocean, and there was a bucket floating on its surface. Consider that a blind turtle lived in the depths of this huge ocean. Once every 100 years, the turtle would come to the surface to breathe one time and then return to the bottom of the ocean for another 100 years. The probability of that old blind turtle to hit its head on the bucket once surfacing to breath is as rare as the chance of obtaining a human birth. We'll bring awareness back into the body by bringing tiny little movements into the fingers and the toes. And then bring awareness into the breath body, the energetic body, by inhaling deeply in through the nostrils, opening the mouth and sighing it out. We'll slowly make your way to a seated position, maybe rolling onto your side, pausing in fetal position. And we'll meet, maybe keeping the eyes closed or heavy, with palms at heart center. We'll raise the fingers to the forehead in recognition of clear, loving thoughts. Bring the thumbs to the lips for clear, loving words, and the thumbs to the heart for clear, loving actions. Thank you, you three lovely people, for sharing yoga and yourself with me this evening. Namaste.
Thank you, Jewel. That
Thank
was
you for being
beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Laura and Ronnie, thanks so much.
Wonderful.
Oh, yeah, it was beautiful, Laura. Jewel, Laura, you ran a beautiful class. And I'm so sorry, I was distracted because I did this wine tasting before. So I was just, I had some people that showed up a little late. So thank you. Have a beautiful evening. I think we're all going to sleep well tonight.
Good.
Yeah.
Good goal. Good. It was great
All
to
right.
meet you guys. I'll see you guys soon.
Bye,
Thank you.
Jewel. Have a
Bye.
good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Perfect.